Hello and welcome back to the channel. Good afternoon, wonderful Sunday to you. This is 5 days late, and I'm just now talking about it. Bill Belichick goes back to school. It's been about a year since Bill Belichick last coached. Now back in the lab, Coach Belichick makes the jump to college. It's weird because for so long he coached in the NFL with one team, the same team, the New England Patriots, where he had an incredible run there, where he had remarkable success alongside Tom Brady throughout his 24-year tenure with the organization. It's comically weird. Like, there's no question about it. Seeing Bill Belichick go to North Carolina, I'm thinking, okay, let's see how this goes now that he has, chosen to take the North Carolina job. It's probably the fourth best job in the ACC, by the way. It's not a bad job, but I don't think it was his preferred choice. It's not the most attractive, the most glamorous, but Belichick is desperate and North Carolina is desperate. The one thing about Bill Belichick, just the bizarro world of him being at North Carolina, and there are people on both sides of this, if it's going to work or not. The question that remains is, can he recruit? Can he relate to 18-year-old kids? Come on now. The man dates a 24-year-old girl. Okay, he's going to be fine. I don't think he'll have a problem recruiting some of the nation's best talent. Can he guide North Carolina to a national championship? I think is the better question. Weird things happening in college football. Bill Belichick to North Carolina is something we're going to have to get used to. Like, you see this and you're like, man, this is weird. Why is this happening? It makes a lot of sense when you really think about it, because he went through the job process and a coaching carousel last year and did not get a job. Nobody wanted him. The Cowboys had a chance to get him. They didn't want him. Everybody thought the Atlanta Falcons would hire him, but apparently they didn't want to change how they do things in the front office, because what a lot of people forget is that Bill Belichick wasn't just a coach at New England. He was the general manager. And if you were hiring Belichick, it was of the understanding that you get Bill, the coach, and you get Bill, the general manager. And Atlanta did not want Bill, the general manager. That's the other side of this, right? And then you look at his record without Tom Brady. Bill has a losing record. Then that just means you're not going to get a lot of opportunities in the NFL. And he hasn't gotten a lot of opportunities in the NFL. No one has really reached out to him. And since nobody wanted him, he made the jump to coach at the college level. It's strange the greatest coach in the NFL is not in the league anymore. But when you want full control and you don't have a great draft history, then you won't get many opportunities. The other thing is, Belichick's coaching style couldn't evolve to fit the modern NFL. But from his years in the NFL, Belichick has every tool he'll need to excel in college at North Carolina. The logic behind his decision to go to college might have been simple. And quite obviously, Belichick wanted to coach again. And I think clearly he would not want the North Carolina job. But that's all was out there. It's a different generation. The NFL has changed over the years. It's not as it was 20 years ago. And like I would say, that Chapel Bill must change the Patriot way to find success in his next chapter. We know Bill's resume will attract parents, but the players are the ones who play. And yes, the NFL landscape has changed dramatically, and it's a different league. I think it's going to be interesting to see what he does at North Carolina. College football is like pro football now. Do you want to be a champion again? Do you want a legacy? Or do you want to be known as the guy who can't win without Tom Brady? His resume stands alone. He is viewed by his peers as the greatest coach of his era, if not in history. The only reason he doesn't have an NFL coaching job is simple: his push for organizational control, which led to teams passing on him, are not even considering him or looking at him to be that guy. The good thing about this for North Carolina is that Bill knows the environment, and as the NFL adds layers to decision making, it may be less challenging to run your program at the college level. For some coaches, it's less stressful to leave the pros for a struggling football program. We see that from time to time. No coach will face more pressure next season than Bill Belichick, who is being celebrated for accepting his new role. I think that's the larger question going forward. Can he recruit on and off the field? How hard could this really be? It's Bill Belichick, the ladies' man. If he recruited a college girl to be his girlfriend, well then, he's already passed the test. How does he turn North Carolina into a national power? Or is this hire about national attention and you're just hoping the wins and the losses come? And that's where I'll say it depends on how you look at it and how they will measure success at North Carolina. Because will they measure success, wins, or losses? Because a brand name like Bill Belichick brings attention and makes them appealing to the SEC and Big Ten. There's nothing he's going to do that the Alabamas, the Georgias, and the Ohio States are doing now. It's about relevance and turning UNC into a destination for top recruits. It's near impossible to imagine Bill Belichick sitting down in a 5-star recruit's living room as he pitches a football future in North Carolina. Can you imagine him sitting on the couch recruiting an 18-year-old kid? Will he sell them on what he's about to do with the program? If he can sell the program, I think kids will sign up for it. When you're building a program, you can't hold back. Sell your brand, your program, convince kids to want to come to the program. Will Bill Belichick and his motivations not only getting them to the next level, but being that brand name for UNC, and how quickly does he get this program on the right track? Those are the big things to monitor going forward with the Tar Heels. Belichick's connection with multiple college coaches, including Nick Saban, is another aspect to this. I really look forward to seeing how this all plays out. Is there anyone else in football history that has more pedigree than he does, a greater resume than he does? That everything, like, there's no more for him to prove when he's already widely regarded as the greatest football coach in history. And when you hire a coach with a name and a resume, you should assume that he can completely change UNC's ability to control their own destiny, or moving to another conference. They can control their own destiny in the ACC. UNC's media value just skyrocketed. In what some might call a bold move with Belichick taking over UNC, and I don't know how far he'll take them, but with him taking over, it does change the dynamic, I'll say. Again, as a plan, Belichick's presence sells tickets and brings attention. We're talking about the most decorated coach. And now his next challenge is college football after the NFL shut the door on him. And because no doors open and nobody welcomed him in with open arms, he chose college over the NFL. It's stunning. It's stunning that the best NFL coach we have ever seen after 1 year of being out of work, this is the only job he can get. A college coaching job at North Carolina. He knows I'm not getting back in. No one is going to take a chance on me. I'm not wanted. I'm unwanted. He understandably took whatever opportunity presented to him and acted in desperation. There was no interest in Belichick from the NFL. If there was any interest, he would have stayed. Why would he leave? If you're the type of person who believes he wanted to go to college to coach, then I don't know what to say to you. It was somewhat understandable to believe he wanted to coach in the NFL, but he didn't want to sit at home on his couch or spend time outside watering his flowers. He wanted to coach again. And North Carolina desperately showed interest in him, interviewed him, was intrigued, and made him the next head coach. There's a good chance that one day, maybe in a couple of years or so, if he's still feeling up to it, because he is in his 70s now, but if he's still feeling up to it, he'll return to the NFL and break Don Sula's record. Last year, anybody could have had him and nobody hired him. There is no way he takes this job if he was wanted by NFL teams. Sometimes a move out of desperation is essential. It's not always a bad thing. The worst kept secret is that Belichick had grown disgusted with the way the NFL teams are being run and the hiring decisions the owners are making. The outside world sees nepotism, which could have certainly impacted his decision. In theory, Bill took the UNC job to line his son up for the job. I don't know if he stays there 1 year and sees what openings there are in the next NFL coaching cycle. He says he didn't take the job to stay for 1 year and then leave. It reeks of desperation for Bill Belichick and North Carolina. This is not going to be a job where he goes in there and North Carolina all of a sudden becomes a national powerhouse. That's going to take some time. Fact of the matter is, Bill settled for a college job because he couldn't get an NFL job. There is a new energy on the campus now, a new energy to the building now. 4-star quarterback Bryce Baker was confirmed as the first recruit of the Bill Belichick era in Chapel Hill. It makes sense for Bill Belichick to enter the college ranks. Thanks for watching, everyone. Really appreciate it. As always, it's been real. It's always great to come on and chat with some of the best sports fans out there. I really appreciate you guys. Without you guys, none of this is possible. So I want to thank you guys wholeheartedly for taking the time out of your day to check out the content on your wonderful Sunday. Thank you guys so much. Without you guys, none of this happens, right? So I really appreciate my viewers and the people that watch the content. Thank you guys so much. And hey, if you guys are craving this and you guys want more, and you guys like my content and my opinions and everything, then do me a huge favor and hit that subscribe button for me. I would really, really like it if you guys hit the subscribe button, smash it hard for me so you guys can keep up with the latest and current stuff that I put out there for all you viewers and all my fans out there. Guys, it's been lovely, but I'm out of here now. We'll talk again very soon. Thanks again. As always, appreciate it. Your guy, the sports judge, is checking out. We'll talk again very soon.